What's up YouTube, Uzku here. Today, as promised, I've got an opening of the Emperor of Darkness structure deck, and then I'll be doing a deck profile with just using cards you can get from 3 copies of the structure deck if you're building on a budget. Okay. Starting off, the packaging is really nice. You've got Erebus on the throne, and then the card list and a little blurb. Okay, so you get a beginner's guide. That's pretty much everything you need in it if you're just starting the game. Then you get the drawing mat. I kind of wish they printed this without zones, just because the art's really nice. But obviously, for starting players you do need the zone. And it's got a little thing on the back with basically buy these packs because these cards are good in the deck. And then you get a little guide on how to tribute summon. Okay, for the main cards. We've got Ether, the Heavenly Monarch. What she does is, when you tribute summon her, you get to e-tail your Monarch, effectively, and then it goes back to your hand during the end phase. And when you do that, you have to send 2 different Monarch spell traps from your deck to your grave. And you can banish a Monarch spell trap from your grave to tribute summon her during your opponent's turn. Erebus, the Underworld Monarch. What he does is, when he's tribute summoned, you can send 2 different Monarch spell traps to shuffle 1 card on your opponent's hand, field, or graveyard into the deck. And during either player's main phase, if this card's in your graveyard, you can discard a Monarch spell or trap to the grave, then target 1 monster in your graveyard with 2000 or 400 or more attack and 1000 defense added to your hand. So this guy is the reason why people often only run one of a tech Monarch like Chaos or Thestalos, because you can just recur them with this. Eidos. When he's summoned, you can activate his effect, then you can tribute summon in addition to normal summon or set that turn. And you can banish him from your grave to summon a vassal from your grave. Idea. When he's normal or special summoned, you can special summon a vassal from your deck in defense position, except himself. And then when he's sent to the grave, you can get one of your banished Monarch cards back. Pantheism, this is the draw card. You send a Monarch spell or trap from your hand to the grave, then draw 2. And then you can banish this to reveal 3 Monarch spell or traps, and then your opponent adds one of them to your hand. You can use the draw effect as many times as you want. You can only use the banish effect once per turn. Then it starts getting a bit more old school. We've got Caius. There's the Borg. Grandmag. Mobius. Thestalos. And Ryza. Then we've got the new vassals. Most of them you can just ignore. Lucius. Mithra. Mithra is good. You can special summon her from your hand by special summoning a token to your opponent's side of the field. Landrobe, he's pretty good as well. You can special summon him by Book of Mooning an opponent's monster, so you can get around stuff like Fog King if you want. Escher, Beleneth, Garum, that's for the last vassal. And for sort of the generic support, we've got Illusionary Snatcher, Trigodia, Dandy, which is a pretty nice reprint. Mathematician, also a nice reprint. Level Eater, Battle Fader, Rainbow Karibo. Going into the spells, we've got Domain of the True Monarchs. This is a field spell that's really ridiculous at the moment. While you have no cards in your extra, and you're the only player that controls a tribute summon monster, your opponent cannot special summon from their extra deck. Then, if a tribute summon monster attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 during the damage calculation only. And then once per turn, you can reveal one monster with 2800 attack and 1000 defense in your hand, and it goes down by 2 levels. So basically acts as a replacement tribute. March of the Monarchs, Return, Stormforth, Strike, Tenacity, Soul Exchange, Econ, Dice Spoon, which is a bit of an odd reprint, but there we go. Soul Charge, which is nice because these aren't ridiculously expensive, but they were quite hard to get a hold of. Prime Monarch, while it's on your field, you can shuffle 2 Monarch spell and traps in your graveyard into the deck, then draw a card. If it's in your grave, you can banish one other Monarch spell or trap, special summon it as a normal monster with 2400 defense, just to act as tribute fodder basically. First Monarch, Escalation, Awaken, Erupt, by order of the Emperor, and Pinpoint Guard, and then you get a very cool Caius Shadow Ball token. Okay, stay tuned for the 3 structure deck list coming in a few minutes. I think Monarchs are probably the best structure deck in a while for just building a budget deck. Like the Magician deck, you can play 3 structure deck start deck, but it's not that great without like the Avians and the rank 4s and 7s that you just don't get. Same thing with the Synchron deck. You can play 3 structure deck start deck, but you need the plethora of synchro monsters you can go into to make the deck worth playing. But with this, you can really can just pick up 3 structure decks. The only things you really need are like Kuraz, Mega Caius, maybe Mega Thestlos, which aren't terribly expensive, and hand traps, which most players, certainly veterans, will have anyway. But yeah, this is the deck I put together just from 3 structure decks. Triple Ether and triple Erebus. These are the main like bread and butter Monarchs. You kind of have to play both at 3, no matter what other Monarchs you're playing, just because Ether gets them out of the deck and Erebus gets them out of the grave, so they're instantly accessible to you if you run if you run these. And I only run 2 other Monarchs, one Caius for spot removal, and Mobius because you don't really have any dedicated back row removal. For the vassals, I play triple Idea, triple Eidos, 1 Garum. You can special summon him by returning a tribute summon monster to your hand, and when he's tributed for a tribute summon, you can add 1 vassal or monster with 1000 defense and 800 attack from your deck to your hand. So the main use for this is if you've used your Idea Eidos combo, like first turn or whenever, you can then banish Eidos, summon Idea, summoning this, then tribute your Monarch out, then search another Idea and just keep going. 1 Landrobe, this, books, any problem monster you have, and then special summons itself. So if you locked behind Fog King or something, you just set it face down, summon this, and go on as normal. And the last vassal is Mithra. She's very good at getting you a summon first turn, because it has no real restriction apart from that you have to give your opponent a token. That's usually neither here nor there. And the only other monsters I run are triple Fader. He's accessible tribute fodder and stops you getting OTK'd, which is pretty important with Cosmo and Pepe floating around. For the spells, triple Pantheism for draw power, triple Tenacity, set the stuff out, triple Domain, double March. I'm a bit iffy on March as a card in the regular version of the deck, because he does stop your Karaz plays, or I don't know why I said he, but yeah, this does stop your Karaz plays. But in just 3 structure decks where you don't have Karaz, this is really good. Triple Stormforth, double Return, triple Prime, triple because you sort of want to have 2 engrave, just so you can summon 1 on your turn, 1 on your opponent's turn, just to have constant stream of tributes, and you want to have 1 on your side of the field, just to put stuff back, which gives you more Erebus and Aether activations, so you don't run out of resources, and it's a draw card, which is nice. And then finally 1 Escalation. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. There'll be a proper deck profile for the Monarch deck I'd take to a tournament in 1 or 2 days. But for now, this is Uzku, signing out.